What's going on, guys? This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Day 50 of the quarantine. I know we are over it. We need to get outside. We all need haircuts. Girls need their hair done because they're starting to look like different creatures now. But the thing is, we have to stay safe, stay home, wash our hands, and stay away from these holes. That's the most important thing going on right now. But today we are going to be talking DeAndre Hopkins, his input, his expectations going into this draft, being that he's in Arizona right now. I still not can believe that they basically shipped him off for a broken, David Johnson, thinking that they were getting back the same return, which we already, knew there was brewing of them not having a really good relationship, Bill O'Brien and D-Hop. D-Hop asking for the raise, and he knew that was going to get him traded, so therefore it happened. So I just don't believe it. I still can't believe it right now. And going into this draft today, what I'm going to be talking about is, does his ranking change? Do you approach the draft differently when you go with DeAndre Hopkins? Are you still going to get him in the late first round at the 108 spot, 109, 110 maybe? So I just want to go over today basically what we're looking at when D-Hop is in Arizona with Kyler Murray and company. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. So let's get right into the episode. So like I said, I do believe D-Hop value, his stock, I don't think it changes much. I think it stays the same. I don't think that people gassing it, saying that he is moving further up in the first round, I don't think it changes much. But he is going into a very similar offense. Now, D. Watson and Kyler Murray, they are very similar. If you really take it and look at their numbers, they are very similar. They were both efficient outside the pocket, extending plays, both able to have their rushing ability inside the red zone as well. They are very dual threats. So I do believe he's going into the same situation, but I do believe he's going into a higher volume of how they target their wide receivers. Now, Houston only target wide receivers 64% of the time. Now, Arizona, a high 70% that they target wide receivers. So I think that is a little boost where he'll be the clear number one, obviously. I don't think, Christian Kirk is going to make much noise. I don't think Larry Fitzgerald has much in him to take away from D-Hop's production. And then they have Kenyon Drake there. So I think the obviously two attractive Arizona Cardinals players that you draft this year will be D-Hop and Kenyon Drake. So with that 70% priority in their wide receivers, I do believe D-Hop gets a slight little better situation from Houston with Arizona with Kyler and company. So there is some buzz, some people saying on Twitter and Facebook, in these fantasy football groups and fantasy football feeds and trends and all that other stuff, saying D-Hop going to Arizona is a bad situation. I don't hear much people, but there is a little buzz saying that people are comparing it to basically, Odell Beckham going from the Giants to the Browns. So they're going to think they're going to be some type of drop-off in his production, which I do not think that is clear. The only two things that are similar in those situations is that they were both traded to a losing team. They were basically traded to a team that had more losses than the previous team they were on, which is fine with D-Hop because he's going into an offense that has the high power, that has the weapons, who has the young coach that has the ideas that can be able to move the ball. So, again, Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson are very similar in QB play. So I don't think there's going to be a huge drop-off like how Odell Beckham had from going from Eli to Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean? So that's the only two things that they share similar in those situations, to where Odell best terrible organization, and you got D-Hop going to a better organization, a better coach, better QB, just an all-around better system and organization than the Browns. So I don't think they share much similar than them holding such big high names and big titles of their wide receiver one going into, a worse team, I would say. But at the end of the day, I think D-Hop's going to be D-Hop. He's going to be very productive. He's going to still get 100-plus targets. He's going to still get 100-plus catches. So I'm all for that, and I'm sold on D-Hop, and I don't think that I'm going to shy away just because he's on a new team. Some people don't like to draft people who are on a different situation, a different team, because they don't know what they can do in that system. They don't know what they could do with that quarterback. But in this situation, I'm very confident that D-Hop is still full send at the 108, 109, 110 spot. So let's think about it. When D-Hop had Tom Savage when the Deshaun Watson went down, he was still very productive. He had 13 touchdowns that season, people. So I do believe it can't get any worse. It cannot get to the point where D-Hop is getting like no targets and no type of touchdowns game to game. I don't see that happen. Week to week, he is the clear wide receiver one, people, for Arizona. Week to week, I'm confident having him in my starting lineup. He's just a basically start and forget, basically week to week until, obviously the bye weeks. But D-Hop, I'm not scared of. D-Hop, I'm not worried about at all. It's a full send on D-Hop. There's no type of, doubt that I have in mind that D-Hop is not the clear, pick that I would take if he's on the board right there. And I honestly do believe there's a chance that he can explode in this offense. And like I said before, they're looking to extend him, for a very long time. So this may be the end where we see D-Hop stay for the rest of his career. So I'm all for that. I'm really excited to see the Cardinals play, even though obviously I'm a Rams fan, but whatever. I do love, good football. I do love, the competition. And I think my Rams are going to have pretty good games with them with Ramsey and D-Hop. So I'm happy to see that, twice a year. So I cannot wait for that first game. It's going to be a lot of shit talking. There's going to be a lot of excitement, people. That field is going to be on fire. So this was just a quick little video just to give you guys an idea of where D-Hop stands. It does not change, people. He's going from Watson and Kyler. They are two very similar quarterbacks, and I have no doubt in my mind that D-Hop will still be a top 3 wide receiver finishing this 2020 season. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you guys next week for another great episode of Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Peace.